welcome to 2020 Season
2020 Season 2.
Welcome to dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. And welcome to... Okay, so is it 2021 or 2020 Season 2? Are we gonna put
2020 plus 1.
I take the letter.
Man, yeah, things still are apparently rough in the world. And that's putting it lightly. But hey,
My son, help us. Like I Ravel.
But hey, if you are looking for a refuge, this is the place where we sort of talk about video games most of the time. Introducing the panel, we have Danial over there.
I'll go.
And the other side is Anan.
Hello. And apparently nobody get my joke just now. Ravel Nakai-san. You get it? Ravel Big Grief.
Completely what say
The bar.
threw it under the bus. Sandbag it. That's the word I'm looking for. Sandbag it. Oh, speaking of sandbag, we put a sandbag over that empty chair for there was supposed to be someone here this episode, but hey ho, things happen. It's okay. We put a sandbag there. There's an empty chair which will be filled for next episode, I guess. And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. And man, let's start with this question. How do you guys like your Franklin roasted?
Roasted what? Graphics card? Ataupun fries?
No, specifically Franklin roasts.
Like clean roast.
You know how many of the lemah roast Franklin stuff has been going about. So which one do you guys prefer right now? Like SpongeBob roasting?
Oh yeah, Franklin roast.
I
I like the recent remake.
yeah.
The live action one.
Yeah, that's legend.
Look, all of the recent build up for, I think the whole bit was done like years ago. It's already popular. But I think like the last few months has gotten people crazy about seeing Franklin getting roasted again. For whatever reason. Some may say it is because VTubers, but I feel that it may not be as such. There are more factors that are being played. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope eventually we'll get Kuroda Takaya singing Bakamitai live.
Man, it all comes full circle. But you know what? The circle doesn't end there. You can then
Does it?
You can like if you have the voice actor do the Bakamitai live action kan. And then there's a video of Bakamitai live action, but the recordings from the game. The cycle continues because I've seen the real life lemah roasting Franklin, but using in-game audio, which doesn't even make sense. But I still laugh about it. What?
Someone put Bakamitai in Franklin roast. Like, God damn it, you guys.
God.
Oh no, but Majima roasting Franklin, but Majima just sings 24 hours Cinderella. So
Oh my god, the rabbit hole. It's not a black hole. It's not a rabbit hole anymore. It's a black hole.
Oh my god, appropriately so. See, man, people are coping, and I enjoy these coping measures. It's a good thing we have meme generator award, not best meme, because this is already a strong contender.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
We'll see how the year turns out. So yeah, back to business. That was an aside. I just need to put it out of the way. How should we move on with the real talk about video games? Probably.
How about we talk about your latest obsession of 2021?
Oh, you wanna go
What
there?
is your... Yeah, let's go there.
Remember someone got Stadia into PSO2 last year?
Yep.
Guess what? Someone else got PC'd into PSO2
Oh
for
no.
real this time. So I may have put in 40 hours, no, 45 hours into Phantasy Star Online too the past
Oh
couple
my.
of weeks.
Okay.
Okay, and let me explain how there's always a thought process about how I go into rabbit holes. So let me walk you through how I got here. There's a whole journey. Okay, the first part is that I feel not withdrawals. What's the word? I feel like Cyberpunk 2077 was not fulfilling enough for me. I've made it clear on my
Okay.
top 10 list, whereby
Yeah.
after spending I spent 40 hours, a good 40 hours into Cyberpunk. I've enjoyed that time, but I'm looking for more stuff about Cyberpunk and for RPGs, which ended up with me reading up on the Cyberpunk source book and anything that is related outside of the video game. And for RPGs, I installed Destiny 2 again.
Oh no.
Hey, because at the end of the day, the game loop about Cyberpunk is what? Shoot, loot, get better, shoot again, get better loot. You know what? It reminds me of Destiny. I boot up Destiny 2 again.
Okay.
And the result is that I feel the grind unfulfilling. Because at the end of the day, I'm just doing the same thing I did years ago. Which is, on its own, is a pretty solid way of spending time or basically draining your time, not buzzing myself, but waste your time.
Yeah.
But for me, who have seen all of the stuff, seeing the same game loop all over again, and not getting that what you say, not the serotonin, the dopamine of getting good loot drops, because I'm back at zero again, climbing to the what you say the soft cap power level, which is quite a lot to get to. And that journey just burned me out. Nah, I feel like I've done this before. So, thank you, Destiny 2. Let's find a better RPG. or better yet, a better MMORPG. Which leads me back to PSO2. This is a free-to-play MMORPG, and I've decided to not spend any money for January until Hitman 3. So yeah, that's coming. No, I'm gonna pay for it. Unfortunately, but yeah, the whole bit is because it's free, and I just need to know. I just need to know what's going on with PSO2. Why are people talking about PSO2? And why are not enough people talking about PSO2? PSO2, which is the game, for those who do not know, as launched in Japan back in 2012. So it's an old game that, for whatever reason, Microsoft back in 2019 say, hey, this is the right time to launch the Western / English localization and let everyone play this game. And oh boy, I believe this game has the sort of the similar Yakuza treatment, in whereby the English version is catching up on content very, very quickly to make sure it is content parity. And last year, I think it was in the Xbox showcase, they announced PSO2 again, which is
Yes.
yeah, and everybody, I think everyone here just kind of scoff at it or just don't care, because why? We don't understand the hype. We don't understand what even it is. We just see, is it just, wasn't PSO2 already launched? So that's another story I want to go a bit later. But first, the game itself. What is PSO2? It's an MMORPG, and it is, I describe it as a middle ground between FF14 and Monster Hunter. But it's not good at being either. But it just feels like if you like a bit of the flavor of FF14 as an MMO, and you like the most simplistic interpretation of Monster Hunter combat style combat, you'll find at home at PSO2, because man, it really feels like that. So here's the breakdown. You go into a quest. How do you go into a quest? You go to the counter, you pick a quest. And then, okay, you've picked a quest, you've registered for the quest. Okay, you can go to exit to the ship. So go to the exit, and then you are enter basically a gate, we say, like a hub starting point, which is essentially your camp. And then from that camp, you can organize your stuff. You can bring in party members, either friends or a copy of the friends, your friends' characters, or NPCs from the main story. You can bring them as party members. You can also equip buffs. You can buy instead of food items, instead of like cooking, you just buy like a potion or something that gives you like temporary buffs for that one instance, for that one quest. And then you drop down to the quest, and then you are dropped into a a set of, basically, it's a predetermined field, but the field are like separated with loading screens. Like, okay, this is area 1, and then this is area 2. Do you get me now? And yeah, and the enemies can have different skills. Some of them are like tiny little, basically, I don't know, not insects, small things, and it can scale up into gargantuan monsters. Guess what? This is sort of a Monster Hunter, but it's not exactly that, because you're not like, okay, like for some of the missions, the main missions are called expeditions. They are not like, it can be boiled down into, okay, you go down there and hunt this big monster. But instead of like you searching randomly through the areas around there, instead you actually just go through the dungeon. Area 1, area 2, boss fight. The boss fight, the enemy that you want to hunt is always waiting you at the third stage. And then you fight the boss fight, loot drops, and then you go back home. And that's the loop of PSO2. It's basically Monster Hunter Light. I say light because the combat itself is less, like, it has less intense animations, as in like it's snappy, like pop 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 pop, rather than you have to wait all the time with the slow swings and whatnot. But it does have the same sensation. And combat is not just like hold the button to win. Even though you can hold the button to just continuously attack, you are encouraged to like time your attacks. Like, you see like a window of opportunity to do a perfect attack. So there's a different timings for different weapons. So like a big sword, you are encouraged to like take your time with it. Zoop, 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 zoop. But if you have a faster weapon, like they call it a partisan, which is basically a spear, it goes much more faster. Zoom, 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 zoom. Also, you have guns, because this is a sci-fi MMORPG.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course you need guns.
Okay, you have guns, you have launchers, you have twin submachine guns. Okay, and if you don't like ranged weaponry, you can also be a mage. You have rods, and you can have you can be a summoner and have pets. Hold on, where are you? Am I going with this? And in terms of customization, you have your usual sci-fi looks. You can be either a human, an elf-like human, genetically modified human with horns, or my favorite, the bots. They call it the cars, but basically you are a mech bot. Like literally humanoid-sized mechas. Like, if you play as the male cars, you are basically building a Gundam, a humanoid-sized Gundam. The starting guys are all blocky, I won't say Zaku style because they are all blocky shapes, but they are chunky, thick bots. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, the female cars are all like androids. So of course they are androids. You have to make them look like that because PSO2 knows the crowd. They know who they are selling this game to. And they are selling this game to the holy weebs that like their what say the belly button windows and whatnot. The Thai windows. Because oh boy, now that I look at it, all the customization options are all supremely bit worthy. But for that reason also, you might enjoy this game. Customization wise, you can create your humans to whatever you like. I can confirm there are butt and boob sliders for those who want that. I mean, the real thing that matters is like, for me, is the height slider. You can actually make a tall, like a gargantuan sized woman, or a very tiny bot, depending on what your preferences, what you prefer. And yeah, this game is full of fan service in terms of the cosmetics that you can get. And you know what? There's a lot of like collabos. Okay, the Sega ones are obvious. Of course you're gonna have a Sonic suit. Of course you're gonna have a Tails suit. That's a given. Of course you can put your pet to be a floating Dreamcast or the Sega Saturn. Of course. Oh, I think you can also put a Sega Saturn as a helmet because of course that's Sega. But I did not expect to see Soul Bad Guy and Kai Kiske from Guilty Gear. I did not expect to see 9S and 2B from Neo Automata.
The rare.
Oh boy, so
the rare skins.
Oh yeah, and I believe there are more like IPs that I am not familiar with that have crossed over into PSO2. So they know the crowd. Oh man. So if you like a time sink that you can just spend your time without feeling like you missing out with content, PSO2 is a good game to invest your time in right now. Because why? All of the content is accessible to everyone. Unlike Destiny.
But is it free?
Is
it free though?
It is free, but but you will need to pay for convenience. I have to say that. In terms of I'm at the point where I'm complaining I have too many rare dots because I have no place to store it. And every time I just say, I don't need it, I need to sell it. And then the game reminds, are you sure you want to sell this ultra rare weapon that you may not even use because you are not this class? And then I sit back, okay, keep it lah for next character lah maybe. And then I keep on juggling about the inventory size will be a problem if you spend enough time with PSO2. And that's where, but by that time, you've already go like 20 to 30 hours in. And you say, okay, this game is good enough. Yalah, take like 10 ringgit or something. Nah. Let me check on the microtransaction prices while you guys ask me question or something. Hold on,
Oh. Not asking question, but I remember playing the original PSO back on the PlayStation Portable. So that is eons ago kalau ikutkan current time. So it's like, I remember it being clunky. Is it as smooth?
Nah, it's clunky.
It's still as clunky.
It's clunky.
It's still clunky.
It's clunky, but you just feel like, it's fine. It's the sole way. It's perfectly playable on controller outside of one thing. If you want to use over the shoulder camera for shooting stuff, right? You better rebind the controls because by default your first attack button is on X. So you probably need to rebind it to RT if you are meaning a gunner, a ranger or gunner class. But hey, it is rebindable and it is workable with a controller. I am pleasantly surprised with playing an MMO with a controller, but I shouldn't because this is a known quantity by now. Oh, and by the way, the lowest of the domination that you can pay for the fun bucks is 50 ringgit. And I believe
Yeah,
with
not bad.
50 ringgit, you can get like at least 10 more extra. No, you can buy 2 extension slots for 20 more slots in your inventory, which is
Yeah,
not
not bad.
much, but it adds up, especially if you just plonking time to not really play. Also, PSO2, you know what? It has a battle
Hmm?
pass.
Of course it has.
Of course, it has a battle
Why am I
pass.
not surprised?
And you know what? The best thing about the battle pass is you can spend, you can unlock the gold tier by using the other fun bucks. So there are 2 fun bucks. One is completely for real money. The other is like they'll give it you once in a while as a premium currency, maybe as a login bonus or something like that. Or for new players,
Oh.
they're gonna give you a bunch. Enough that you can gain your first unlock of the gold tier. So basically you can access the basic tier and the gold tier. Just
Okay.
without paying any more money. Unlike
Oh,
Destiny.
not bad. Unlike Destiny.
Okay.
Unlike the new Destiny.
Also, you know what? I'm just plonking like 2 weeks in, and I managed to fit. I think the pass is like 4 weeks of length, and I'm just playing casually. I believe like for 2 weeks, and I've progressed like halfway through. It is not much of a time sink as I expected. Unlike Destiny 2, which is like making progress in that battle pass is just like, oh man, that's a chore.
What do you mean
intense,
progress?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're making progress? That
Especially
is the Destiny 2 way.
especially if you just play free to play and you decide to only do PvE content, which is basically nothing. Free to play in Destiny, you go play PvP, don't play P2. Oh man. Okay, but here's the fun part. Okay, there's new Genesis coming in, but you should not worry about going into PSO2 right now because it's fine. You know what? Because even though PSO2 New Genesis technically is I call it a major overhaul because it replaces the world with something else. Instead of the Monster Hunter style game loop, it becomes an open field, technically open world, but I think they just want to play it down to say open field. And now it feels like Genshin Impact for whatever reason. I think the way they place the open world, they place the fast travel system, they place the random events, and there's a hub in the middle, one town in the middle of the big world. It kind of feels like Genshin Impact in a way, which is depending on how you look at it. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. But as someone who doesn't prefer Genshin Impact's gameplay, but I appreciate the world they built, I'm excited for New Genesis. But the thing is, New Genesis won't replace PSO2. In fact, both of the games will coexist together. To the point that...
So it's a new hub world lah, basically.
No. Imagine how... if you want to play old school World of Warcraft, man, you have to go to World of Warcraft Classic, right? Okay, so for PSO2, okay, we have the New Genesis, but if you want to play Classic PSO2, it's right over there. In fact, it's right there in game. You go to a portal in New Genesis, okay, this portal goes back, transfers you back to PSO2. Basically and then you can go from PSO2, you go to portal, okay, this is a portal to New Genesis, and then it transfers you to New Genesis. The best part is, you transfer from very cool looking next gen graphics to janky old school graphics, and you can do that either way. I'm just losing it, man, because oh man, you want to go back to the janky old thing? Of course you want to go back. Characters transfers, by the way. So again, unlike Destiny 2, if you are late to the party, you can still access all content. Hence why I have been plonking 45 hours in, and I haven't stopped. Yeah, and a lot of the stuff are like very beginner friendly. Like they don't have like proper rates. instead they make like mini raids, but they make it limited time events. So maybe like if you look, there's a schedule about it, but usually I don't care about reading the schedule because every time I log in, either on hours or when my sleep schedule is broken, I will log in like 4 a.m. or something like that. Once in a while, the game goes like emergency, all pops. Please report to the station. We're gonna be reading, man. Okay. I just hop in with the group. We just do stuff. We got good loot, and that's it. Like 30 minutes in and out, settle. That's the way they do raids. Well, it's technically not a raid because the scale is raid, like a raid, because you have like 12 players battling out with a humongous boss fight, and I believe it is epic in a sense, but it's also technically a story spoiler. But but I mean, if you just want to get the loot, by all means, go buy it. It doesn't matter, but it is so easy to get into that. I think if you're just starting out, or if you want it to be this is your first MMO, you have nothing to lose outside of your time. I'm not saying it is easy it's easy to get into, but it is also like it can be overwhelming. Like there's a lot of like ancillary systems that you won't care. Oh, there's a crafting system. Oh, there's a personal building. There's something called auxiliaries where you can send like tiny little gremlins to do your bidding or something. Doesn't matter. The core gameplay is good enough. And now, who wants to join me?
Yeah, it is on Xbox as well. Surprisingly,
I think there's crossplay.
Yeah, there is crossplay. You might have tempted me into playing that.
Look, I have my MacBot 9000 still under level. I can hop in any time. Yeah, and there's like 6 episodes to go through. I think it should be 7. My episodes, I mean the story quests, because those story quests are not short. I tried to do like I allocated 1 hour to try to just finish 1 episode. Wasn't enough. And it's not like you're not doing the whole quest chain because the world has already moved on. So what you're getting is like vignettes of the cutscenes. You are watching cutscenes and some of the boss fights. You have to fight the boss fights in some parts. But it's still enough to like get your head around, oh, who's this guy again? What's he doing? And some of them are kind of fun. Like they have interactions that you expect from. It's like it feels like this is a world that not just for the story part is like separate from the gameplay. One of the fun bits is that oh, you meet this guy. This guy is basically the warrior class and just boosting up. You know what? Warriors are the coolest class. We if you want to party up, get a warrior in there. The game calls it hunter and just gonna call it warrior. In fact, if you want to run full warrior, go at it. It's the coolest class. And then you meet another girl over there. Oh, we are basically the mage equivalents. Mages are very understandable. We know what we do using the right techniques, the right magics. And yes, you should run full mages as well. And then you keep on following this thread about those two people basically arguing against each other, but not directly, but to you. They're just like hanging out. Oh, you know that one time that mage deal is bad, man. It's bad news, man. She hold me back. She's holding me back, and then the mage reports back to you. You know that one warrior is very reckless. I told him to go back. And you're just like, okay, all right. And also some of the game has like a free various classes, but you can switch it anytime you want. And apparently, even during the story, some of the characters you meet also change classes. So you say, oh, character progression. Okay. Oh, she's getting stronger now. Okay, that's cool. That's PSO2.
Very interesting.
So,
Hmm.
which leads to the other PS.
The other VS. Oh, too bad it's not on PlayStation. Because of very obvious reasons.
It is in Japan.
In Japan, yes.
I mean, Microsoft throw money for the English version. Of course, they wanted some
Yeah lah.
limited stuff. It's on
Uh,
Steam though.
yep.
It's on Steam.
Oh, yes, on Steam.
I played
Yes.
on Steam.
See?
So it's not
Microsoft is not at all. It's not a what evil god. They are kind of humble.
but can be naughty.
You know, like,
Don't rule that out. Don't rule that out.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, on the first episode of 2021, I can confirm to you guys, our dear viewers and listeners, that we have a PS5 with a very big asterisk. So, well, since I don't want to talk about the PS4 Plus One that much, because we are going to do a full episode about it in the next one, probably again.
Yep.
So I'll just talk about my journey to get it, because according to the contracts, I can talk about my journey here and not talk about the games. Yeah, not yet lah. So let's start off on last Sunday. We are like literally eating a week before we had to record this video or podcast. I was literally just, was it a tweet ke apa? Suddenly, like, I accidentally said a tweet like, jangan in the vein of don't make me ask people around so that I can get a PS5.
Yeah, you
And
have
then people,
connections. Unused
which I don't want to talk
about.
about. Yeah. Like the people like haha gelap. The people like laughing about it. Then, ironically, few hours after that, Meck has a very interesting email that came into his inbox and said, "Hey guys, you guys like to review the PS5?"
Yeah, our good friends at Sony sent us an email out of the blue. Well, not technically on the Sunday, but I broke it to you guys on Sunday.
Yeah. Boleh lah. Let's make it like in a chronological order.
Yep.
So basically, that Sunday, as I was literally on the car ride back to KL, I was like, okay, why have I tweeted that out? Now they're coming for me. And because I think that the day that you announced to us that we have the PS5, it was also the day that our government was asking for us to lock down for the next 2 to 4 weeks. Where this is where the panic ensues, like, could I get the PS5 in time before the lockdown comes in, or do I have to do a very interesting letter to say that I have to travel to their offices in their office in Bangsa, if I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere there.
Is it in Bangsa? Yeah, somewhere there.
Basically in the heart of Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, in the heart. So it is a big no-no right now since we are in lockdown. But our kind friends at Sony said, "How about you just come to our area, aka their house, and pick up the PS5?" Which itself is also a journey, because I had to find a friend that can drive me there. B, fight the traffic all the way there since everybody's panic buying. And C, the jam was terrible. And C, the place that our contact resides in is, I'd like to say again, is I think in Meck's term is basically me driving from Kajang, from where I am, to Kuala Pilah, because literally I've drive past like Rumah Kampung, and then there is this guy selling like ayam ayam panggang for some reason on the roadside.
Yeah.
Macam, it is basically the least expected place you would find to get a PS5.
Oh man, that's a journey in two then.
There is a journey too.
Good thing I didn't volunteer for that, man. Ooh, boy, I dodged a bullet. And
I imagine like yeah.
and I have to travel to KL and then do the whole rigmarole.
Yeah, you have to. If you have to drive, you have to drive from Kuala Pilah. From Senawang in Negeri Sembilan to Kajang first, and then you have to drive into what I like to call the Death Road or the Lucas Highway. The Lucas Highway that's connected to Shah Alam Road because it is right near Shah Alam. But you can see like a bit of Malaya history while you're driving there.
All within one day.
When I went back from work that day, Tuesday, like every road pretty much like packed.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh damn! Luckily, I went on train and passed. So I'm not affected.
Yeah, I saw like while we were stuck after grabbing the festival, we went out for late lunch and then drove the Federal, which is the baddest idea you can have trying to go back home. I think like I saw a Myvi or maybe a Alza, whatever, like filled to the brim with groceries. Like, man, it's just it's just a month. All of those things are gonna expire anyway.
Yeah, I still don't get people overly panic buying. Buying's fine. If you like need to top up your groceries, that's totally understandable. But come on, you can still go out and buy groceries anyway during lockdown.
That's
Just
right.
be careful.
Yeah. I think like the best part is like after we went to our contact place and grabbed the PS1. Me and my friends like, okay, since we went to lunch, like their house is near GM Kalang, which is if for those in the know, GM Kalang is basically the place where you want to get married, where you can buy all those bunga telos and what is it called? What's even the thing that bunga thingy that which you have to all have kinada.
Yeah, bunga telur lah.
Bunga telur, is it bunga telur? Oh my god.
Yeah, bunga telur.
I'm bad in Malay. Yes.
Now
oh my god,
that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut for
you. Throwback in the house.
For you English Malaysian students, you Malaysian students studying English like from what? From our time? You'll know.
Yes, from the 2000s.
If you don't get it, you're too young.
So like, okay, so that area is quite well built because it is basically the place where people are going to visit. So from the countryside roads of people literally menjala like ayam golek and whatever into suddenly we are in this place where left and right to me are just K-pop branded stores, like basically kedai the ice cream, the Korean ice cream, the Korean barbecue, and there was like this.
What a fusion of culture we see
What
here.
a fusion of culture. For some reason, I'm suddenly in Korea.
Kampung K-pop,
and then Kampung K-pop, like legit, and I think like the McDonald's and Starbucks line were just super packed. Like wow, I'm pretty sure 20 minutes ago I was in a kampung, and now I'm basically back in Shah Alam. Oh my god. I think like that is I think the unique thing about Malaysia right now. It's just weird. It's weird enough that we can have the juxtaposition type of place like that. Like suddenly you're in a kampung where they're eating ulam with kari patin ikan.
Oh man. It's a good thing I'm full right now.
And then on the right side, like you can, if you drive like 5 kilometers ahead, and then you can have literally wood burning pizzas from a very nice Japanese man who sells it, even though it's like $30 a slice. But still, that's very cool. Kelang. Why are you guys so weird? So anyway, after that very interesting exodus, I've tried. Okay, so I want to talk about. Well, since we're doing the PS5 episode next episode, I think. I'll just give you like a brief things that I like and don't like. So what I like about the PlayStation 5, the controller, again, I've said it before, I've tried it and I love it. It is still the best thing since sliced bread. The game, I think the UI is a bit better now. That's saying much after what happens from what I've read. Like, people were just playing the PS4 versions even though there is the PS5 upgrade version. So they have already fixed that.
Okay. Good to know.
Good to know. And it doesn't do any. And like my Series S, it has no noise. Even though we are just playing it on high ray tracing mode, it's like just quiet. Okay, what I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Those are the sort of things that it's so hard to like convey with like just be talking about it or just showing on video. It just doesn't do it justice. You need to experience it before, and then you will feel like, oh, this is something different, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because if like I've been watching PS5 gameplay videos and just on YouTube, and you know what it feels like? It just feels like a video game, like a very pretty video game. It doesn't do it justice. You really need to like have it with you.
Yeah, true. Okay, so what I don't like sekarang is like three things. One, the stand is just awful, downright awful. I think the PlayStation 3 has better like stand even though they don't have a stand. Like the design is weird. Like you can put it on horizontally, but goddamn, that thing wobbles all. Either that or my stand is broken, tapi I cannot say that. Even though I've just said that unwillingly. Tapi still, yeah, like it's not that stable for some reason. Okay. I don't like dia punya the SSD thing which our friend Najmi from Component has said that it doesn't support yet, which is bummer because I've already also have maxed out the storage capacity, even though I've just installed like 6 games. That's bad. And the mic. I had problems with setting up actually because the USB they gave me first try it didn't work. I had to macam like cabut kan, put it on another socket, a different socket from where I used to put my PlayStation 4, and then it worked.
Hold on.
Macam
what's this again? USB what again?
The USB USB like the HDMI. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm confused. Yeah, the HDMI port. It's a bit funky at times because I am using a 1080p. Is it it's a 1080 punya TV, not a 4K one because I am broke. Tapi
broke ass.
Broke ass, yeah. Like I think like because it is a 4K device, like they got confused. I think like why am I not outputting to 4K? And then like the second try baru dapat. Probably my TV, tapi yeah, it is a complaint. It is not a substantial complaint, but it is a complaint.
I mean, 1080p is pretty normal, like TV resolution. I didn't see why they would have problems.
No, maybe my TV got just like I'm not running this.
It's by default like 1080p or 1080i.
1080p.
1080p.
Because yes, game mode, so that's why it's 1080p.
Okay. I don't know. Some TV, like older TV, they go for 1080i, so some conflict problem, I guess. It's okay. 1080p is okay. Should be okay.
Yeah. Okay lah. I have a 4K TV downstairs at the living room, tapi I haven't tried it yet. So yeah. Oh yeah, one more. I don't like the new share button. The new share button sucks.
How?
The new
How
share button,
sucks?
like, kalau kan, if you tap once, it will take a screenshot. If you tap twice, it will like record a video. Now you have to press the button. Now it's like more menuing. So if you want to record something, you have to hold it, press record, and then you record. It doesn't do the 50 seconds thing anymore, which I guess it saves on space. Tapi I don't like it. Because the Xbox menu kan just smooth. Just click. Okay, you have recorded this video.
So they add extra step to record.
Yeah, the extra step. Yeah, and closing the console is also extra step. Like you have to press start menu semua. Tapi yeah, that will be in the next episode. Banyak complain lah.
I think I've like read and watched some videos of people complaining that Xbox interface is just way better when it comes to like just a lesser step, easier to do stuff rather than the PlayStation way of doing stuff.
True.
I think it sort of carries the Sony way of thinking in a sense.
The marketing way.
Yeah, because Sony is good at hardware, but they suck at software.
True.
And Japanese company in general, like they suck at software, even until now. Like you can see in let's say Lexus, Toyota cars, Honda cars, their infotainment sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks so bad.
Yeah, I've once had to go. I think I was talking about this, the infotainment. There was once like my dad rented out this Alphard for the weekend, so that because we're going back to, I think, Raya ke Kahwin or something like that. And the guy said that, oh, we have a problem with our infotainment system. It's in Japanese. So that itself is already a problem. So I said to my dad, tak apa, I think I can just try I'll figure it out. I'll use Google Translate or whatever. So on the way we go there, on the way to the Kahwin at Johor. So we were driving, like, I cannot for life we find any way to pass on the radio because all it is in Japanese, and I think the recon car is, I think they just stripped the antenna because I cannot get any radio signals. And I don't know where the Bluetooth and I don't know where the Bluetooth punya setting is. Very bad. Yeah.
That's why the UI can be confusing.
Yeah. But the best part, I haven't quite reached the best part. The best part, I clicked on a few buttons and suddenly the music plays. But it's the entire soundtrack of Frozen, but in Japanese.
Wait, what?
What? Is it built-in?
Is it stored?
I think like the last owner, the last owner before it comes to Malaysia.
What the?
Yeah, that is the only songs that is in the file. So like, okay lah, kita dengar the Frozen soundtrack in Japanese the whole way to Johor. Like, okay.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of bad things to say about Alphards in general, but this takes the cake.
So like,
does it still give you does it still give you like a warning? Please wear your seatbelt when you start the car. Okay.
Yeah, just say kena side. Macam I think it's saying
ETC card or high take kudasai. That's why the ETC card. The touch and go card, the touch and go. Oh, they still have the disable.
That's the touch and go card. I thought they were talking about putting the seatbelts. I legit thought they were taking the seatbelt. Oh my god.
Is it from the infotainment? Wait, did they say ETC? ETC something.
Something like that, yeah.
If they say ETC high tech kudasai means put the ETC card. They usually disable it. I don't know.
But this rental car is already more stories, man.
I wonder what kind of guy that has built-in Frozen soundtrack.
Someone with kids.
And
with kids?
I guess sell it, bring it to Malaysia for rental
Yeah,
use.
sadly, yeah, for friend to use like Soka or something like that. So weird.
That's
Yeah, because the tax structure in Japan for cars, after certain years, it's not really beneficial to keep your old cars if you don't like it. Because it's a higher tax. The longer you keep, the higher tax you pay. So that's why.
Naruto.
So that's why usually Japanese usually only hold their cars for like 5 to 10 years, as opposed to like we can hold like 15 years. Or maybe except if they really love their car, or like the racer drifter car collector, okay, they're gonna pay the tax, fine, pay the inspection.
And that makes
But
a lot of sense for
yeah, that's why they also have a pretty big used car export
yeah, that's what I'm
because
going
of
to say.
the tax structure.
JDM.
JDM
Yeah,
culture.
JDM culture
They import.
does happen because of this. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, technically Alpha is a JDM. This Alpha is saying
Yeah.
is a JDM. Oh man,
I
Alpha JDM with frozen with frozen livery.
I imagine again, like when they switch cars, the daughter, probably he has a daughter kan. That when Otosan, where's my frozen seed collection? Like, oh shit, it's in the car. Oh shit, it's already left. It's already left for port.
What a story with this Elsa Hitasha.
Oh my god. But
It's probably there's a CD left inside. It's
yeah,
a CD changer. They don't even have CD changer or just single disc CD.
Man, the rare
Whatever.
Japanese CD of Frozen soundtrack in Japanese.
oh my god. Like, usually the trip to Johor is like 4 hours from KL, so like goddamn. So there is, I'm pretty sure there's like 5 rounds of lagu tu.
Oh no.
Let it go.
I won't survive that road trip, to be frank.
We cannot turn off. Already listed that.
Yeah, we turn all like when we want to listen unironically, yeah, kita pasang time. If not, we just like just put on like Bluetooth music, whatever. Because I think my sister bawa her speaker, so yeah, we are safe from listening to Frozen the whole trip.
Man, that's mental torture.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Imagine getting strapped into an Alpha unwillingly to go for a 4-hour trip while Japanese Frozen soundtrack playing. Man, that's one kind of a torture for me.
Oh boy. Okay, speaking of torture, so what about you, Anan? What is torturing you about your laptop?
The thing that tortures me is the heat output. Oh man, that's the on. Okay, I have a Asus Stuff A15, so 2020 with the Neo-Heisin 4600H, which is awesome.
Alright.
But the only problem is that even all the other reviews say the thermals, the heat management sucks, and I agree with them. Oh man. Okay. Can you imagine playing games? You only use like 20-30% of the CPU, but the temperature just jacked up to 98 degrees.
Ooh,
and the fan sounds like jet. Luckily, I got my earphones.
Original.
Yeah.
The PS4 original experience.
Yeah, basically the PS4 jet engine sound. Oh man, that's the only thing. So yeah, I have to use a cooler, but now I don't have one. Even so, it's like 2 degrees down. So for solution, I got a Ryzen tuning tool to limit the power consumption and the heat output. So now my CPU runs maximum 80 degrees Celsius, which is very good. It doesn't change the GPU temperature. So it's still 70. It's okay.
So is it
Yeah.
the GPU issue or is it a driver issue?
No. AMD gave some pretty aggressive tuning on AMD Ryzen. The NVIDIA GPU is fine. Okay, at full blast it's like 70, 75 degrees, maybe 80. But for me that's healthy. For a laptop is thin and light. But the CPU like just falls to the wall, temperature up the wall. If there's no cooling, it will. If there's no sufficient cooling, it'll probably go 100 plus. It's designed for 105. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's at the limit there. So AMD is pretty aggressive with the performance unit because they want like instant response. In the case of okay, we need more performance. Okay, just cock it up. Okay, we're ready with the power, which is it's okay. But at the same time, this is not desktop.
Yeah, this
So yeah,
Okay, does
yeah.
it?
If it's a I say
Do you feel the heat on the WASD where before you tune it down?
okay.
Does it?
I usually play with controller, so I don't feel it.
Okay, that's
I can
that's a
feel
good
some heat.
answer.
Yeah,
But-
I can feel the heat,
Uh-huh.
but it's sort of up there because the cooling fan is pretty much above the WASD, so within the number row key and way above there. So from there on,
Yeah.
so I sort of don't feel in the WASD, and also I usually play with controller, so I don't care anyway.
Yeah, because that's usually I think that was like around the 2017 and 2018. The way I test heat performance in our laptop reviews is using the Meck pattern. Does the WASD feel the heat? If you put your hands while on load on the WSD and it's not scalding, that's good cooling temperature for 2070 standards lah. Because in 2014 gaming laptops quote unquote, because people haven't figured out that you need a niche for this, have very shoddy cooling performance, and I have experienced many times of getting my hands burned because I spent too many hours on Borderlands. And yeah, and the motherboard melted multiple times as well.
Oh shit,
that
that's terrible.
That was a horrifying experience. No, two horrifying experiences. But you know what? Now I know my laptops. Now I know my gaming laptops, which is actually beneficial because this is our line of work now.
Yeah, we review laptop now. So yeah, back to my laptop. So yeah, it's a good performer. Yes, the thermals. Okay, why am I complaining about this? This is because recently we got virtual CES and Asus pretty much went all in on AMD. And one of the improvements that will come is the new 2021 Asus TUF A15 refresh with a buffed up cooling. So basically, that more heat pipes, better fans. I'm not sure about the Ryzen 5000 tuning, but hopefully AMD can fix that. But basically, they put a better cooling. So if anything happens, it's not Asus fault this time. All AMD. Yeah, I sort of kind of regret buying it, buying this laptop, but we don't know the future. They could have just suck it up. The new A15 is still gonna be the same cooling, so yeah, I mean okay, it's probably upgrade later. Okay, at least I got the tuning too, so everything's fine.
Don't worry,
I need
because
to yeah.
You got always gonna, if you buy a laptop, always gonna kick in the remorse 1 year later. Like I am right now. I have a 2060.
It's always been. It's always have been.
Even though I should have expected this, but it still stings a bit, no, because the RTX 2060 not really that good for ray tracing. But hey, new laptops coming in, RTX 3060. What can you do? This is the best that we can get at that time. So
yeah,
Just gonna leave
There's
it.
always one thing I'm like, oh man. But for me, I'm okay with my 1650 Ti. In fact, if let's say I get the new stuff, the 2021, I probably get like 1650 or 1650 Ti. I'm okay with the graphics card. Just disappointed with the cooling. But they upgrade the cooling. I'm like, damn. Yeah, but if I wait there probably like a year and I will not play Cyberpunk, it's okay, try it off. I just buy a new one, 2022. Should be fine.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. If you two listeners have that kind of bias remorse, don't worry. That's the expected feeling. You will always
Yeah,
feel it.
expected it.
Even if
Especially
you
with
prepare
the
for it, still
yeah.
stings.
Yeah, it things, especially with the fast improvement within the gamer laptop space, which is holy shit. The improvement just gets better every year. Even every 6 months, like, oh, a new stuff, better. You just cannot keep up.
Yeah.
Especially with since AMD Ryzen launch for the laptop space, the improvement just gets better faster. And yeah, every time they'll get vice remorse. Every time.
Yeah, even when we say about cooling, right? Yeah, I've mentioned about those early 2010s experience of nobody figuring out how to put a laptop with a high end GPU and CPU in. Now every gaming laptop that should be worth your money has 4 exhausts and twin twin fans. It's come to standard now. Yeah, and also, this is the time where we should, if you are looking for a new laptop, this is the time to let us take a look around because, oh boy, there's a slew of new models have been announced. Thanks to the new Ryzen 5000
yeah.
and NVIDIA RTX 30 series.
I mean, ROG have a few laptops, and then their ROG Strix lined up, and then TUF have a few. TUF Dash. I forgot, like ROG Flow, whatever. Then there's Asus alone.
ROG Flow is cool, man. It's a tiny laptop with a tiny external GPU.
Yeah, and then we still they say about Acer, and then we have HP Omen. I don't know whether they're good Intel or whatever, but everyone's getting out with their new gaming laptops. A lot of them.
Yeah, Lenovo is full AMD.
Yep.
Fully AMD.
They went falls to the wall.
Even the new Razer Blade are cheaper. Still expensive, but I mean, it's a bit more like its price wise is much more comparable with the rest of the lineup offered by other OEMs because they used to be like premium feeling. Also, I'm still upset Razer Blade is not an actual Razer Blade.
No, that's for the April Fool's joke.
Yeah, remember that joke? Man, they should have called it the Razer Blade proper.
Okay. A bit of trivia. Do you know like the original Razer Blade concept?
I cannot remember. Please.
Okay, it's basically a tablet with a controller at the side. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I remember that.
That's the original Razer Blade concept. I remember.
Oh,
I was in secondary school at that time.
So it's the Switch there.
Yeah. That's the Razer Blade concept.
Still not Razer Blade.
I believe so. Oh, is it called the Switchblade? I forgot. Blade Switchblade. Basically that, yeah. There's a Switchblade or something.
I remember like
their early gaming laptop concept.
I remember that because the price. You know the price back then, it was very expensive. It was just 1,500.
More than 10K.
No, like used. I found it like 3,000, and it's like wow.
Yeah. Also, I still remember like the first Razer Blade. There's no official Malaysia. Also, the specs pretty high, like more than 10K. What the hell? It's an import model.
Yep.
Like, holy shit, man! These guys are no joke.
10K, and then official price comes in 7K. Still too much. No, I did 8K. Starting 8K. Still too much. The new line should be, well, we don't have official price for Malaysia, but I think based on conversion with the US price is around 6K starting. So expect 6K 5. 6.5K.
Skip 5.
7K lah.
Ya, wah betul.
Because Malaysia is free falling in currency.
Yeah, I expect like Razer to be the Apple pricing of Windows laptop. If you want to know like Razer price, yeah, Apple price. I think that's a good enough. Let's say parallelism, parallel pricing.
But is it Apple quality? Question mark.
Okay, question mark.
This is the cue to get Razer send us stuff for review, but we did.
I mean, Apple is pretty shoddy when it comes to like quality in a sense. So Razer maybe too. I don't know.
Okay.
Just stuff. Wink, wink.
GB jab. Okay, is that enough hardware talk?
Yeah,
I think so.
Because we're not gonna do the whole shebang of going through all the CES 2021 announcements. No, too much.
I mean, things that interest us, yeah, we'll cover bit by bit in Gamer Matters.
Yeah, broad strokes only.
So, yeah,
broad strokes. We're not deep into that niche, but we do take a look at it.
I mean, we have personal interest in it, but not to the point where we want to write all articles about it. No.
You know what?
We don't have the budget for that.
We're not getting paid.
I've lost counted how many times I need to write Nvidia, AMD, Nvidia, Intel, AMD. Too many times the past week. Oh boy. At least it's once a year. Until it comes to Malaysia and then we got the whole thing again. Yeah, what else? Before we go to the news.
Oh yeah, I have a bit of a rant.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, still talk yeah. Okay. Okay. So recently, like my second YouTube account. So I have my main YouTube account. I watch all my interests, which pretty much mirrors Meck except VTuber. Okay, Meck without VTuber, that's my preference.
Recap. That should be what? Cooking, cars.
Yeah.
Motorsports.
Motorsport, yeah, basically, but no VTubers. Yeah, my second account is like Japanese stuff. So let's say voice actors, like maybe cooking videos, no reaction video. Okay, no. So basically that, yeah, just anime stuff, so geek stuff. Okay, so like for the past like 2-3 weeks, YouTube started recommending me Kamen Rider stuff. So yeah, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, Kamen Rider pretty cool. Like, so I like for the past week I rewatched the past Kamen Rider. So I used when I was a kid, I used to watch Kamen Rider pretty much every week up until like even especially during my secondary school year, even in boarding school, like weekends Kamen Rider, then Kabuto every week. Oh my god.
Oh, I heard of Kabuto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped at Kamen Rider Decade, which is for me like the best Kamen Rider because it's the metaverse of the Kamen Rider universe. So this is the Avenger moment where all
the
Kamen Riders
warriors
converge. Yeah, all the warriors. Yeah. Okay, a bit of summary on Kamen Rider Decade. So this is the Kamen Rider that I watched for the past week. So it's a commemoration. So Decade is the 10th Kamen Rider within the Heisei era series. So in Japan, they have their own sort of calendar. Based on the emperor ruling. So the Emperor Akihito is called the Heisei era. So Heisei era have for the 10th rider, on 2009, 10th Rider broadcast is the Kamen Rider Decade. So as a commemoration for non-stop broadcast for 10 years. So since Kamen Rider, the first Heisei Kamen Rider is Kuga. So Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Faiz, Play, Hibiki, Kabuto, Deto, Kiva, and then Decade. So non-stop. So it's a celebration lah. So the story is about a Kamen Rider who lost his memory and then travels across all the Kamen Rider worlds. So he went to the past riders to save the world. So the premise itself is cool. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna see all the past rider, yay! It's like seeing your whole Power Rangers, all the Power Rangers, right? In the same episode. The kid factor when there basically. But so Rider was to save the world. Okay, I think that's good enough for summary. Because this is not about the Decade or Heisei Kamen Rider, the one before. I'm complaining about after Decade. So after Decade, it's called the Phase 2. So from Kuga until Decade is the Phase 1 of Heisei era. Second phase start with Kamen Rider Double. And I pretty much lost interest to watch Kamen Rider after Decade. Because you went to a different direction when it comes to aesthetics. For the first phase, their like henshin belt, like all their henshin sequence, henshin belt, they look like proper hero stuff, It's like Iron Man suit, basically on that level. But after Decade, they all look like toys.
Oh yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
They went wacky, right?
Yeah.
Because the one out of all this that I've checked, the one I'm most familiar with is Ozu. Kamen Rider Ozu.
Tatoba. When I watched it, I'm like, I can't believe they went this way.
They've went wacky, man. The only reason I remember this is because I've got one friend that have been in that phase where he just watches Kamen Rider and just asking people, hey, look at Kamen Rider here, and I'm just like, sure, you're roping me in, and just like, you see, wait a minute, what happened to? I remember Kamen Rider as that one horror thing that I scarred my mind back as a kid. I think was it Kamen Rider Black? There was like a full movie or VA or something where the enemies like
Black.
cockroach or something, and that looks I think that looks amazing, but at that time, at that age, it scarred me for life. That was horrifying to see.
I mean, Black and Black RX like Showa era, in 1980s.
Yeah, that's old stuff.
Yeah, it's a different aesthetics design. Okay, so back to my complaint. I mean, the Kamen Rider series and Tokusatsu series in general, their main objective is to sell toys, to sell the henshin belt and then the figurines. That's the main objective. But the second film I called Neo-Heisei, it's too toyish and too childish for me. It doesn't appear heroic. Because the henshin sequence got a lot more complicated. Let's say more hand action and then more belt sequence. There's also like one series, I believe it's a Kamen Rider build. So when you want to transform, when the rider wants to transform henshin, it's sort of like taking like a figure and then do like you open up a transformer, transform from vehicle to a robot, and then you use the henshin. Can you imagine that? Oh, holy shit!
Just charge a set.
You're in combat. Okay, you're taking like 15 seconds to henshin. Oh my god!
Instead of a snappy hoop, but you have this lumbering tone. Crack.
Jump and then hold and how do I transform the shape? Okay, and then put on your belt and then spin 3 times and then push, pull, then henshin. And then there's a song or maybe someone say, oh, Kamen Rider, blah, 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 blah. Not just the hand and the henshin sequence. There's also the voice activation sequence. The holy shit's too long sometimes.
You know what?
Camera dedicates like perfect. Okay, you want transfer? Okay, show card, put into your belt, henshin, Kamen Rider, decay, blah blah. That's all. Like hero enough. Now I watch like something until the new the okay decade is the first sort of the metaverse Kamen Rider. Second one is Gaze. Not Gaze, Zio. I mistake. Kamen Rider Zio. So people basically call it Decade Season 2, but they don't want it to make a Decade Season 2 because Decade also appears in the Kamen Rider Zio. So Zio basically deals with time and timeline and alternate universe. So extended Decade basically. And yeah, it's the aesthetic theme is watches, but it looks very plasticky. It looks like a Beyblade. Oh man!
Goodness.
Oh, they just went too far with the toy design, in my opinion. I mean, I can enjoy the story, but part of the appeal of Kamen Rider is the henshin for me. So yeah, it's sort of disappointed probably. But I mean, it's not their fault. Like we need to innovate when it comes to aesthetic design. I mean, probably like the coolest design for me is the Kamen Rider Ghost. They like the main, they say, aesthetic objects. All the riders wear hoodie. So instead of like normal suit, you wear hoodie. They wear hoodies. Oh man, that's pretty cool.
That's like
Yeah.
what I'm going to say. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I think that's right over. The aesthetic design that turned me off from watching the Neo-Heisei, I call it. Neo-Heisei Kamen Rider. I think some of the Kamen Rider enthusiasts can agree with me too. Like the past decade just went downhill when it comes to the design. To the hero factor. I mean, the story can still be pretty good, pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, but also I don't know whether they still emphasize the rider aspect because Kamen Rider need a bike. I'm not sure whether they still emphasize the bike. I need to watch all the new Kamen Rider.
Man, that's a rabbit hole for you. Perfect for you.
And
Yeah, and also, I'm sort of surprised that still quite a lot of adults still into the new Kamen Rider stuff. It's understandable. I mean, VTuber is different. Rabbit hole, Kamen Rider too. Different stroke for different people. A different stroke for different folks. Yeah, that's the word.
Ding ding. And with
all
that,
right.
Yeah.
And that we go right to the news.
now for video game commentary back again. Guys, come
What
back.
video game was that?
Come back.
Come back.
Yeah.
Get stuff over.
And for those on YouTube who just scroll back, use the the thing with the bookmark. What's the call it? The timestamp. Okay, here's the video games again. Welcome back. So, what do we have?
We have a very sad breakup between two mega giants for the first time in a while. Rest in peace, the partnership between EA and Star Wars. It was terrible. The relationship was toxic, and we hope it will never happen again.
And now Star Wars are entering a polyamorous relationship.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy. Star Wars are looking for more partners. Oh yeah, to be clear, the EA will still make Star Wars, but it won't be an exclusive Star Wars game by EA now. There will be more Star Wars to come. Such as
such as we have. It's actually not Star Wars related, tapi it is a Lucas Art / Lucasfilm punya IP, Indiana Jones, made by Bethesda, with the executive producer being the god himself, Todd Howard.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Bugfest.
Yeah lah. Oh no, already. The oh no is already.
Red alert. Red alert. Thankfully, it's just executive producer.
With Machine Games being the creator, the developers.
Okay, now
I don't know.
that's a good one. No, it's a good one just on the principles of Machine Games know how to make a game about killing Nazis. That's all.
Oh, yes. Yep. Pretty much.
That's all the line that I need to say. Other than that, it's up in the air.
I think what is Machine Games' last? No, they don't have a last game before Wolfenstein.
As Machine Games, their last game is Wolfenstein, but I think their
Wolfenstein 209. Kan?
No. I think the lineage of Machine Games goes a bit further.
Starbreeze. Yeah, they were from Starbreeze stuff. So Starbreeze.
You know what Starbreeze did? That Vin Diesel game. Escape from Butcher Bay.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We got Vin Diesel back in here.
Yep, Vin Diesel comes back.
That's those guys were they were remnants of the team that made Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay.
Alright.
Which is actually a pretty darn good game on its own. You know what? Vin Diesel knows video games. Like legitimately. It's just that we like to meme around because, you know, he was on Fast and Furious.
He was on Fast and Furious. Yeah, so yeah, that is a good, what's it called? Good CV. Yes, that's the word. I've forgotten professional terms already. Yeah, no CV there. So they have done like license games for goodly, so maybe, probably. While the other game is the most interesting one. It is an open world Star Wars game made by Massive Entertainment, aka the Division devs. Oh, this one interesting. A bit interesting because they're also a new company juga, basically. The only games they've made are the Division 1 and 2.
Yep.
And their lineage as well is third-person shooters because I think they were remnants of Ghost Recon and Tasila.
I can't say on the top of my head, but I have a feeling that they are also related with making the James Cameron Avatar game.
Yes. So they also, and that third-person shooting is okay. It's okay, and the punya combat is okay. So yes. So it is both games are being handled by guys who are okay in their licensed game punya lineage. So boleh lah, not bad.
Okay, hold
Tapi
on.
I'm afraid for one thing. The disaster. You know the Division has loot kan? Loot grind.
Oh yeah.
Imagine.
Now, I don't know if it's gonna be a Star Wars looter shooter or something else. I hope it is like they went away with being
Avatar.
a looter shooter and just be an RPG. They can do an RPG, you know.
Yes.
I would rather see that rather than like being another cover. Dude, a Star Wars game with cover shooter mechanics, that doesn't sound fun.
Like I think the only game yang will fit that is anything with the Mandalorian, because Mandalorian is the bounty hunter who works solo. So kalau boleh tie in that,
I think there was a Star Wars game about
bounty hunter called bounty hunter. Yeah,
is it right?
It was
Right.
about Boba
Exactly
Fett.
that.
About Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they can just remake that for if they want to keep the looter shooter engine, boleh. I want my Boba Fett to have 3 jet rockets this time.
Okay. Oh, and to clarify, Massive didn't make that release Avatar game. That was another Ubisoft company. But I think there were news about them also handling an
The
Avatar
new
game. The
Avatar
new
game.
Avatar game, yeah. The new one. James Cameron's Avatar, by the way. I need to specify the blue aliens one. Just so we don't confuse the fandoms.
Wait, this is the Nickelodeon Avatar or the new Avatar?
No.
The new Avatar.
Not Nickelodeon. James Cameron. But you know James Cameron has another Avatar sequel movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, game based on that sequel. Man, why do they make two Avatar IPs?
That's why. Okay. So interesting. Tengoklah. I think they're going to make a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, so that's why EA is still, we're still making games.
And Squadrons turn out well.
Yeah, Squad is also turned out well as well. Since there are more content coming in. After this specify no more content.
Oh boy.
Oh, tapi this year looking to be a good year for IPs, yeah? This year alone, there's already 3 big IPs having new games. The IO James Bond, Ubisoft's name, Ubisoft Star Wars, and Indiana Jones by Bethesda.
Just by Bethesda. That sounds worse.
That sounds
you
weird,
have to say machine games. You have to say it as machine games. That sounds much better. On that note, what sort of pairing, you know how it goes, what sort of IP developer combo do you like to see? Weird ones.
Yeah, I already have my weird one. Namco with Fast and Furious, and look how that turned out.
Oh man.
I'm still waiting for the game to drop to at least $40 baru angkat.
Man, shout out to Vin Diesel again.
Namco FF.
If it drops to 40 ringgit, angkat. I'll angkat. I wouldn't mind paying over $10 for that game.
I think the better.
Because I want a shitty racing game. And that is my shitty racing game.
You know what? I think the better question to ask is what kind of IP needs to be transformed into a video game form? What other things?
New IP.
Like anything from from comics, movies, novels, TV shows. Fortunately, I have no answer for this one because my only media is YouTube and video games.
I mean, we're not exactly in the movie culture.
I think like the only movie I've watched recently was Tenet. And that was like 6 months ago. Tenet pun, I would say that it is basically those weird ass games yang made by the likes of Swery, campy spy fiction,
I mean, Time Loop is a... Hold on. Tenet is about time loop, right?
Yeah, time loop.
Okay, so I can say this properly then. Time loop games have its niche right now, right? I mean, Bethesda is working on one.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Arcade Studios Deathloop.
Okay.
So, we can cross Tenet for now.
What kind of niche genre we haven't had?
Nak kata Disney, we have the entirety of Kingdom Hearts. So, I can't say that. You have the entirety of Kingdom Hearts. They basically just blended what if they blend I remember a review once. What if they blended Final Fantasy with Disney Princess? And it became a joke that went too long.
You know what? I still find the joke hilarious. Until today. But at the time I was laughing with them. But now I'm laughing at them. Makes a ton of difference. Yeah, I think we can move on.
Alright.
The combo is broken.
But here comes another combo. It is the week of people announcing that they are delaying games. Today.
I call this the CDPR effect.
The CDPR, yeah, the CDPR effect. Okay, so
The CDPR nightmare.
they have they have unleashed that the demon tool, and now everything is being affected. It is execute the league games.exen. So three big games that has been delayed. Is that weird as new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy, Ubisoft's Rider Republic, which is basically what if Steep wasn't in the snow.
Yeah, Steep 2 Bikes Edition.
Steep 2 Trials Edition.
No,
and then Pragmata. What?
No, they were too scared to call it Steep 2 because, as we all know, Steep is not a good IP. It's not a selling IP, so they just sidestep it.
Yeah, I got it for free and I just play like few hours and
Yeah, it didn't click
This is
as much.
planned.
I like the concept, but the mechanics are just not there. It's not SSX, and it's not even a good snowboard game either.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean,
I've
if they focus on like a Winter Olympics, that would be great.
Yeah.
But they did not.
No, they did it as DLC, and then it's kind of half big as well.
That's why they did not went all in on like more focus like Winter Olympics. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steep was supposed to be EA's SSX, but EA killed SSX, and Ubisoft don't know how to make an SSX game. So what? They change it. They pivot to bikes. But you know what? Riders Republic, even with the bikes, man, everything else about the other sports in Steep are there. You can still snowboard. You can still do skiing. You can still paraglide and use that jump. What do you call it? The squirrel jumpsuit. I forgot again. Flying suit. That's the term.
Base jumping.
Base jumping. You can all do that. It's just that they added bikes and make it the centerpiece, which is I find it hilarious.
It's like a trials with Steve DLC.
Yeah, that's what pretty much. Okay, call it a day. No, wait, don't call it a day. We have to delay it.
It's okay. We can take time. After
No, we don't want
happened,
we don't want to be taxed 10%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that Harry Potter game is a bit, I don't know lah. I want to be excited, but I feel guilty for being excited about that game because it's Harry Potter.
The big ass IP.
As an IP, I'm excited for it, but it's attached to a person that has said controversial thoughts that is very much frowned upon and hasn't backed down yet. So now I feel conflicted. If like to put it into perspective, if one is here, these two words in the docket would not be written on. That's how terrible it is.
Like he would just say no. And lastly is the last one that's also delayed, but it's baru, I think, like baru in production or whatever. Pragmata until 2023. Like that's a long time.
It's fine. We know nothing about it, which is fine. If you are delayed,
I thought, like everyone thought, oh, this is a sequel of Death Stranding already, but nah.
They revealed just one weirdly, one intriguing trailer, and then kept quiet about it, and then delayed like for 2 years. It's fine. No one has any expectations. They can do that.
Pragmata Daily Update episode 31.
Dude, shout out to the Elden Ring updates YouTube channel that does daily updates for Elden Ring. And most of the days, it's just a 20-second video saying there are no updates for Elden Ring. Shout out to Mordecai.
But yeah.
Man, guy.
I mean, good news. There's an update that we got some concept arts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a new one.
They went to town when those two concept arts came in. Like suddenly, oh, this is not a 20-second video. Everybody was excited. The day has come. And it's not just a tweet by From Software. This is something substantial. Everybody was going crazy for the concept art. Man, you know what? I feel one part. I feel sorry for such a community begging for daily news updates, but at the same time, I respect the hustle, the daily hustle, the commitment to the beat.
The grind, man. You gotta keep up the grind. Okay, so lastly, on our docket of very short news, because to heck, we're trying to cover CES in a 2-hour podcast. We have confirmation from our folks at CD Projekt Red that they are going to fix the game. And probably delaying the free DLC that's supposed to come like early 2021 to late 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to fix it, because if not, they're going to be what taxed 10% by the Polish government.
Man, have you guys seen the apology video, quote unquote apology video?
I did not, because I sort of expect like corporal speak.
It's
It is corpo
definitely
speak.
corpo speak. I hate every moment of that. Man, I mean they have to do it, but oh man, it just when we know what's happening actually, or we know what they are trying to do, it just feels like they are just ticking the boxes, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, you've done the apology. I'm not accepting it.
Ironically, is the Arasaki route where oh no.
The problems we didn't catch in testing. What do you mean? You didn't catch it in testing? Those are very replicable bugs.
We can do it in front of you right now.
Everybody on YouTube has the same exact bugs. And you see, you didn't catch it in testing. You're just throwing the QA department under the bus. That is why some people are very angry about the quote-unquote apology video. Although they didn't intentionally want to throw the QA department under the bus.
They did throw the curve.
The implication is so big, especially if you read between the lines. Man, give QA department some leverage, man. They are basically the low rung on the game development and been bullied and overworked for so many years. They deserve more credit.
I think the DLC one is basically they are going to add from the quote unquote not really leak. It's just like multiplayer, which like my friend, I probably play with my friends one time and that's it. Like nah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I wait for Cyberpunk is their modding tools. Oh
yeah.
Just want to mod the game. Also, new game plus, please.
Oh yeah, I need new game plus, please. I've already played times and I'm stopped until they don't fix the game.
Yeah, I just want to one-shot, headshot everyone from the beginning. New game plus, please.
Please.
Yeah. I'm not sure what kind of DLC there's. No multiplayer video. I want story expansion. Oh man, there's so much story being cut.
I want the expansion that not leak. That was just like, oh my god! But if this was true, this is some new Fallout New Vegas level of cutting.
Yeah, I mean the corpo life path is useless.
Oh, pretty much. The corpo life path is
nothing.
Nothing.
The only flash out is Nomad.
Yeah, Nomad
is a...
Yeah, Stray Kid. Was Stray Kid okay? I don't think Stray Kid was okay.
I don't play Stray Kid yet. I don't know. But Nomad is pretty much... Yeah, I just put it just because.
Yeah.
They put it just check. Okay. Yeah, we got like corpo table. Okay. And then they just kill off Jackie. Why? Why? Mi hombre.
You
Total
know
lah,
the
like
game
it's,
got a lot of cut. There are only 2x.
yeah, technically there's only 2x. Yeah, there's only 2x.
There
Yeah,
are
in
only
this game.
2x. It was implied that it's gonna be what? How many chapters are we gonna get? No.
3. I think like 5. I think that's like 5 something.
The prologue and the Johnny in the Morning Inside Your Mind arc, and that's it.
I think like 5x that too, like 2 Johnny X, 2 your X, and the final X. So 5. See, they're not lying. They're not lying.
But
See, they're not lying.
it's fine. I'll wait until they make the Cyberpunk 2077 game they wanted. I can't wait.
2078. Cyberpunk 2078.
Yeah, that's the expansion. They just added 1 year. 1 year later, what
Yeah.
happened? You know what? That's actually a cool idea. No, not like legit. I think that's a cool idea.
But if in canon, in that game's canon, the only true ending is the Johnny ending lah, then.
Like, I mean,
Which is a bummer.
I mean, V story is over. Put in a new character. Start a new year.
Because if 78 they have a lot of things kan. You can play as probably Johnny in the V bot, that V's punya body. Ataupun like I said, a new character terus. See, come on, CD Projekt. We're just giving you ideas now.
Yeah, or maybe they can go like a prequel stuff because there's the Corpo War. They can went back Corpo War. Corpo War arc.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, the Militech and Arasaka kan. Militech kan already basically dead by the time we play the game kan. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be interesting. Also, I want to play as the Chinese guys. They sound more interesting. Why would they need a little bots now? Isn't human enough?
Also maybe play like part of the gang. Oh, I wanted to be stuck from animals. Or Maelstrom, yeah.
Oh man, the joy toys are the Moxes. That's gonna be a wolf. Either they give you a good perspective, or it's gonna be something we laugh at for how horrendous their portrayal is.
No, like
someone can make a quest mode. Quest mod. Like Witcher 3, that would be great.
I think at the end of the day, we like the Cyberpunk
we have to make it. Yeah. That is nice.
It's a good game. It's just over-marketed and overcut. Over-promise, under-deliver.
Yeah,
it's actually a good game.
There is something there. It's just that, oh man.
Also, 50% off right now.
Huh?
Oh yeah, 50% off. Yeah.
Wait, 50% off.
Yes.
Only on GOG.
They've made money.
No, I've seen Cyberpunk. They don't on PlayStation 4. They're selling at 150, 160.
Hold on what?
On PlayStation 4, the one that there's the most terrible one running as of 2021.
Oh, by that you mean physical copies lah.
Yeah, the physical copies.
The
only physical copy in
because we all know that game is not so PSN.
For good reason.
Wow. So still until today, so many opinions about Cyberpunk.
Even in 2021.
And the best part is, even though we are like, in terms of enjoyment, we are on different scales. We all have the same opinions. We share the same opinions. That's the best part about it.
I mean, it's good, but there's so much more. Like, it could have been better.
Everybody has better.
Could have been better. Oh man, such a waste. Even when my friend asked, okay, Nan, I buy Cyberpunk. I mean, I like it, but I don't recommend buying the full price. That's all I get.
Yeah, that's a good way to
buy.
Yep.
Anyway, enough the Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I think it's time to end
Yeah.
this podcast because I think we just rented for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and on that note, we have to wrap it up. Okay. I have no idea for thumbnails. We are scattershotting everywhere.
So, guess we can in your robot friend from PSO2.
Oh, you want to
Kamen
see
Rider.
Meckbot 9000, yeah? Okay.
Yes. Anan's hated Kamen Rider.
Oh boy. But
Yes.
for Kamen Rider, I don't know what kind of thing.
I'll just put in Kamen Rider 2021. It will come out one.
I just put
and
a
for
Kamen
me-
Rider I'm familiar with.
Apa Kamen Rider?
Yeah. And for me,
Well, you gotta put the alpha.
Just put an alpha.
The alpha that goes Nihongo Jozu.
Yeah.
Yang
Yeah.
Gojozu.
Okay.
With the Elsa.
Remember Elsa punya gambar next to it? Yes. And I think that's the thumbnail. Is it?
Yeah, let's just put it like that. Easier. I don't know what. The more challenging option is what to put the title in actually. We'll discuss that later. Hey, so social links and anything to promote coming to GameMatters.com, Daniel?
You can follow me on twitter.com/flaky FL4KY. I am currently reviewing the Flash Speed 5, which will come out at probably in early February because goddamn this thing I've already had so many thoughts. But do tune in for our also at our end of January for our PS5 punya special. Where I also will complain about the PS5. Okay. Anan?
Twitter.com/dropnear. DR4UPN1R. DR4UPN1R. As for Game Matters content, I don't really write that much now. Kind of busy. So yeah, just wait for any new content from Meck and Daniel. These guys are the main guys for Game Matters. The pillars. The Hashira. Game Matters Hashira. Meck.
Man, I need to. I need to brush up my Japanese, and I have been appeared on the Chronos Ashraf.
Yeah, that was a Demon Slayer joke, by the way.
Of course, it flew off my head. That's out of my that's out of my wheelhouse. I've looked at the schedule stuff we have. There's plenty to come on GameMatters.com. If you want to see the latest laptops that have been announced at CES 2021, we have a bunch of them there. A review is coming up on GameMatters.com. I think the next will be Override 2, and as well as some rated impressions about what I just talked about PSO2. The Better Destiny.
The Better Destiny.
Man, it's a sci-fi game, but you can put waifus in it. Come on.
Yeah, it is better.
Anyway, stay tuned for the PS5 special episode of dia.log. Finally, now that we have someone who have hands-on time, we can talk about it and maybe wrangle up some other content creators and the media outlets, video game media outlets in Malaysia to hop on board. So you will see soon. And there you go. That's dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast, episode 75. Oh boy, I just realized
Oh
that.
yeah, next week is the
nice.
special episode.
Oh, yeah.
That is the episode. Yahoo!
Oh, terjunam. Everybody's gonna go
Oh,
down.
yeah. Oh man.
Country
Oh.
roads.
Such a good coincidence. This is planned.
Yeah.
It's definitely planned.
Hold on, we should check the schedule. What's the next episode again? Until then.
Bye bye.
Boy. Never go full corpo.